exactly what I would do.
Could you imagine going against Shawinga and Banda up top?
No.
And
this is why I want Kansas City to bring Tabitha Shawinga over from Lyon.
We're going to have a little fun and do our combined best 11 when we take a look at the two teams that are competing this weekend. This was a very funny exercise. We don't know each other's picks and what we did. I am starting with Washington Gotham, which that match is on Saturday, 12 noon on CBS. And I've got the defense. So, of course, in goal, I'm going with Gotham's Ann Katrin Berger. And across the back line, I am going with Jess Carter, Tara McKeown, Emily Sonnet, and Casey Kruger. This is a group that needs to be physical. They need to be fast. They also have to be smart on the ball and be able to build out of the back. So this is what I'm starting with in the back.
I like. It's
no complaints?
I don't have it. I'm like, wow, man.
I don't know if I'm complaining now. We're at the end, but where's Davidson? Where's Davidson?
Nope, I don't have her in there. I think McKeown is a little quicker. And when you're going up against the fast line of your opposition, it's a little hard. I don't know who the starting 11 is going up against. I wanted McKeown in there because she can be a little bit quicker on the track back. And also, I like her build out and the way that she's able to break lines with one pass.
I guess my only argument is that Davidson, with her left foot and the way she can anticipate play defensively, she's not the quickest player, that she is really hard to get around because she does her positioning so well. She's just a natural defender. But I like it. No shade to McKeown. She's amazing.
Were
Just one goal that got them to the semis.
Underwhelming 11 to play against, like in this fictitious game. You bring up a good point. You're like, for that team,
it doesn't matter who they're going up against. But also with McKeown in there next to Emily Sonnet, that's a partnership that I think would be really fun to watch because Sonnet does such a good job organizing vocally, and she'll just be able to like yell at Tara and be like, get into place, be in this role. I think they would work really well together, actually. I do.
I think it would be a good one. We're going to move on to, I think, the midfield where there's a story with this as well, but I think I decided that I had to go with the absolutely indispensable Rose Lavelle for sure, right? And then Hal, because I was told that I couldn't just have all attacking midfielders because in my mind, defense can do the defense. And then, of course, Lacey Santos, who has been phenomenal for the Washington Spirit. But I also tried to hijack a forward from Gotham and slate Yasmin Ryan in there, which I got the you can't do that.
You can't do that. Well, she is a forward.
I tried to go rogue, okay?
I mean, I like it. There are no rules when we show up here. Where is Delaney Sheehan?
I'm wondering where Neely Martin is. If you were wondering if you needed a 6, Neely Martin can play center back and 6.
So
she doesn't
I
get
was
tired.
trying to be.
What did you want, Yasmin Ryan to be the 6?
No, but like.
I think Christine just wanted all offense.
Initially, I felt like I was too Gotham heavy. So then I tried to integrate some Washington Spirit so that I could be diplomatic in this pursuit here. And then I went a little rogue and then stepped it back and ended up with 2 Washington Spirit. But Neely is a good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neely could have been in there.
I could be swayed to put Neely.
When you pit Neely Martin and Hal Hirschfeld against each other, Darian, what it prompted you to ask for Martin?
I think Martin is a little bit more patient in the way that she defends. I think Hal Hirschfeld, which is great energy to have as a 6. I love players that go into hard tackles that set the tone for a game. Hal Hirschfeld does that. But I love the way that Neely Martin plays because she just slows it down. She allows everybody to get set. She doesn't ever bite in a little bit too hard, which I think works for Gotham's style of play because they like the regains quickly. They like to get set up. They like to resurface the ball. I don't know. Yeah. I'm a big Neely Martin fan. And she can play goalkeeper, so if your goalkeeper goes down.
So if we need her.
She sure can. She's one of those players, just similar to Yasmin Ryan, could go across all the lines, even in goal.
Wild shout.
Okay, we've got our back line, we've got our midfield. Take us through the forwards.
I obviously had forwards. This was fairly simple for me because of who's available right now for Spirit, but Rodman on the right, Esther up top, and Yasmin Ryan on the left because she's a forward. She plays on the front line. She is a forward. I do like the fluidity of Ryan. I think her and Esther move around each other a lot. They balance. One's checking, one's stretching. Yes, they both can somewhat play in the middle of the pitch. I think they like to combine. And then Rodman, we're seeing her game evolve where we're seeing her combine a lot more, but she's more of the orchestrator, getting the ball wide, sending crosses in for the Spirit as of late because it's what they need with Hatch as a target, Brown as a target.
But you don't have Hatch or Brown in that lineup.
I'm saying for when she plays with the Spirit. Now imagine if she is Esther, one of the smallest players on the field, who gets on the end of every single cross.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my front three. Go ahead, somebody pick something out
Where's
about
Ella
it.
Stevens? Why isn't she in this mix? She is a gritty,
I mean, I was going to try to steal her as a
I would have put Ella
midfielder.
Stevens as a 10.
Well, you can't. She plays across the front.
She plays as the 10. She's in the 10 as the lineup a lot of times.
Okay, what about who else can we
give me
throw
another
at her?
one.
Who else can we throw at her? Hatch.
Hatch has been great, but she hasn't. I don't know if I would take her over Esther just because of if I'm having her and Ryan. I don't know if that's the combo. I want.
But Hatch and Rodman together—that's a combo you want.
You're grasping at straws, sis. I think I got the good ones.
Okay, whatever. That's Washington, Gotham. Don't worry. We are going to dive deep into that matchup and what's to come later on in the show. Our other combined 11 that we got to do, this one, extremely fun. Kansas City Current and Orlando Pride. Christine, I believe you're starting us in the back in the goal, right?
If I can remember correctly, yeah. I'm like, wait, was this yesterday that I did this, or was this a week ago? So yes, absolutely no question, Anna Morehouse in goal, because I'm a very educated and wise soccer analyst. But backline, couldn't go wrong with Orlando. Carrie Abello, Strom, and then Emily Sams. And then I had to give a shout to Haley Mace. I feel like she does a great job for that Kansas City backline. She's versatile. You can swap her around left, right. Tough cookie. But I feel like for defenders, who would you argue? I know one's coming. What do you got?
I would argue Corey Dyke defensively for Orlando. She does such a good job. She works so well with Sams. Her partnership on both sides of the ball, Dyke can contribute in the attack, but defensively, she's so solid. Her positioning, her 1v1 defending, shot stopping abilities.
Her giddy up. Yep.
You need her in there. Where is she?
I have favorites, okay? I chose both objectively and also with my heart.
I mean, you did have 4 Orlando players out of 5.
Which is why I was trying to be a little bit, again, not equal, because I know that it was going to be very Orlando heavy, but how could you not be Orlando heavy defensively?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a no-brainer. So I felt like
you have 2 nominees for Defender of the Year, Keeper of the Year. It's tough.
I understand that, but what about Alana Cook? Kayla Sharples?
I'd give the argument Izzy Rodriguez on the left.
Rodriguez.
She likes to get up
Izzy
her
Rodriguez
left foot.
on the left.
I think her service is really great.
I feel like I was more married to that Orlando back line and what I chose. So I felt like
get that.
If I had
a couple nominees,
I would have
too.
had to have chosen probably that center back pairing together for Kansas City, and I was still leaning more Orlando.
Yeah, it's hard when position groups are so reliant on who they work with, right? Like center back pairings, even in the midfield. D. Let's see who you went with.
That was a really smooth TFN transition. You're a good host. Yes, my midfield was really difficult because both of these teams are yacked, especially in the middle of the pitch, but obviously had to go with the Selly Queen, friend of the show, Lola Bonta. I think she's had a really great year, bouncing around as that 6/8. She can float forward. Her and Di Bernardo, who has been my unsung hero for the 2024 NWSL season. She has just been so good. Her set pieces, the way she can take shots from distance, the way her distribution is. And then I would be so remiss and wrong if I didn't include Marta, the legend, as the 10 in this middle 3.
Now, I would never want to go against that midfield 3, but where is Claire Hutton?
Oh no, I love Claire, but I went with some veterans. We wanted some age if I had to pick these 3. And I think that Claire Hutton has a lot more to her game that we haven't seen yet. I don't think I see enough of her in the attack as I do with these 3.
What about Adriana?
Adriana's great, but she's a forward.
I love Adriana.
What about Angelina?
So is she not in
What
your
about
front
Angelina?
line? Angelina's great, but again, I think when I was picking my midfield, I looked at who plays both sides of the ball really well. I think Angelina also has some room to grow defensively, whereas her and McCutcheon split that role. Angelina's much more attacking, McCutcheon's much more defensive. And these 3, I think that there's a good duality of both. in each of them.
I like
That's
that.
a fair shout. Angelina's really good on that slice and dice ball carry. It's a good show.
I mean,
you.
it's fun when you're going with two of the top teams in the league.
I'm like,
And-
wealth of options.
And frankly, I got the best line in this
You did. You got
combined
the forward
11.
line.
Let me take you through the forwards between Kansas City and Orlando. Of course, Temwa Shawinga in the mix, Dabinia and Barbara Banda. I mean, this trio, unstoppable. Darian, who would you have added in there?
Nobody. I think this is incroyable. My only question is Banda and Dabinia. Who's the 9? Would you have Dabinia as the 9?
I would have Dabinia as the 9 and Banda be able to like float where she wants because Dabinia would drop a little deeper. So then it would almost be two double nines.
This is exactly what I would do.
Could you imagine going against Shawinga and Banda up top?
No.
As
And this
two,
is why
like-
I want Kansas City to bring Tabitha Shawinga over from Lyon and to be unstoppable next year.
Of our super teams that we created between Gotham, Washington, and Kansas City, Orlando, which is the scarier team?
Kansas City, Orlando. Easily.
Why?
I feel like it's more rounded. They're a little bit more versatile and just individual player strengths. I think that I got to give it to them.
Which team would you, Darian, rather play on?
As far as maybe getting a chance to get some minutes, I'm going to go with the Washington Gotham one.
Hey, you be a starter. Don't
Dude's
sell
like, I'll
yourself
hit a
short. You be a
jog.
starter there.
Hey, we'll see. I'm saying if there's a chance, it's probably on the Washington Gotham side.
Yeah, that would be a fun
It would be.
front group to be running in the woods with.